sketchy, so we're going to have an eye on this side and an eye on this side. Kind of here and kind of in the nose. Fade that. And all we have to really do is give that one side. Kind of fade them out to the with dagger strokes, and kind of coming in, just kind of laying out where we want these flames to go, and lay in some of these licks. And we're going to come back in with some shields, and I'll show you when we're working on some of each one of these licks. But right now we're just getting the base in reference to where we want it to go and fade it off. And that's it. And we're going to give that indication of that flame, that ball being fast on fire. And this is a really popular design, and I think it really looks cool. And on black helmets, it really pops because, I mean, you're able to, it's a little bit more forgiving. You can kind of come in and clean some things up a little bit. That's why on white, you really want to kind of, you know, set yourself up for success as you build this up towards the end, because you just kind of minimize what you have to come back in and work and detail it out. So here's one of the things we're going to do. We'll get a little bit of depth in there. Now, obviously, when we put this yellow around it, it's going to give us the more flamey look that we need. Just kind of wherever you want them. And this is when you're building this up, and a lot of times people doing True Fire, this is a version of True Fire, but this is cartooned. People tend to want to overwork it, and it's not, you don't have to overwork this because you're building it up in layers, and it only takes 2 or 3 layers to really get a good flame look, a good fire, if you will. A little yellowish. We'll put a yellow around it as well, because the kid, he wants lightning to come around. Flames, licks of flames, depending on how fast, like obviously an asteroid or something traveling at a high rate of speed, the flames trail off in the back. But flames always kind of want to go, as they come, they want to kind of come up. And so, you know, as if something was slowing down and was starting to come way out here, then the flame licks would start to taper up. But since this is going to be fast, we want these flames to kind of look long and elongated. And so I'm going to go with some of these particular shields to start with. I need to do a video on just True Fire, but I'm going to do that later on. But now what we want to do is we want to get the effect that this is coming off of the ball. And you can do it a couple different ways. It's going to be a lick of the flame here. We're going to come right on the end and bring it up and taper. All right, I'm just getting the whole, my reference a little bit as it comes. And then I'm going to bring in some of this stuff free-handed in. You know that some of it's going to go up and kind of come this way. And when you lay in, you're just going to lay in some things, okay? And lay in some lines, because you're going to come back and you're going to lay in your shield to get those hard edges that you want. And another way to do it, when we come back on the next layer, we'll come this way with a wider shield and kind of give, you know, how the licks will kind of come in and go around. So the flame licks will come up, like down in here, we'll come back in with another harder edge, like over here. We'll come in and give each lick its own thing. Now, I'm going to switch my shields here in just a second, because I want to get different angles of where I want it to go. And build this up. So once I get a good pattern of where I think I want it to be, Depending on how much you make the base, you can make this, the depth you're going to add to it whenever you, like if you smooth it all out, leave some deep spots, because that'll again be some of the depth of another flame. And flames are going to come like on top of each other. Like some will be further back, some will be in the middle, but there's none of them are going to be. It's very organic. Fire's organic, so it basically does whatever it wants to. Now, depending on the the situation that it's in, obviously if you got wind or what have you, it will definitely make the shake a little bit different. We'll throw in some of what these look like as they're coming through on the back side. Now, just a little reference of an edge on certain areas. I don't need a whole lot. Some of the highest points that where I want them to go. And as you get smaller, you can hit the little details on there. Come back in this a little bit. Some more flames, just kind of keeping the layers, building up our coloring. So I'm concentrating. Sometimes I'm trying to think of what I want to say, and then I'm trying to get caught up on like making sure I don't do something else. The name on the back is going to be Theo, and it's going to have some flames as well. It's going to be in yellow red with some flames coming up off the top of the name. And so that's going to be kind of cool when you get done. Okay. All we're going for is just a nice subtle. Up in here it'll be a little darker. Adds a lot of depth whenever you throw in those shadows. When you come back in with a little bit of white over that, it'll pop, make that pop. So we're doing that. We're going to go ahead and call that done with the ball. And once we clear coat that, we'll see if there's any more depth that needs to be added, and we can always add that later. But we'll call that part done.